Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to make the breakfast biscuits that we made on the weekends all the time when you were here. And I'm going to get into the ingredients that you can use just so you can get an idea of what you need to get when you do the groceries. And the best part is you get all 8 biscuits. Anyway, the first thing you're going to need is eggs. Obviously, we need eggs there. Some biscuits. This is a brand, Annie's. In the video, I show you the Immaculate brand, but this is also another brand I like to get. That's the kind you used to eat here. You also want to get shredded cheese, or you can use sliced cheese, whatever you like. Some bacon. I show you in the video which one I like. Cream cheese. I also add cream cheese. This is a brand. It also comes like in a little box. Whatever's on sale, go for what's on sale. This one happens to be my favorite, and I'll explain in the video why. And once you've got all those ingredients, you're good to go, and you can go ahead and start making these biscuits. Good morning, sir. Your mama here. Okay, so I'm gonna make like a breakfast, but you could also take it to work and have it for lunch because you'll definitely have extra, especially you being by yourself. You can make this, have 4 of them before you go and have 4 after you go. Okay, you remember these, right? There's 8 of them. And you gotta get the flaky biscuits, not the cinnamon roll. Make sure you look at the picture. Don't go by the label, because you see the label is purple. Don't go by the label. Read it. Flaky biscuits. And then, make sure they're not cinnamon rolls. And organic. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop those in the toaster oven and let them cook. But first, bacon. All right, so this was frozen. This bacon was frozen, but I took it out to defrost it. How soon can you start cooking it? If you can bend the pack, you can start cooking it. So it's still a little kind of frozen together, but that's okay. Let me start with the bacon and show you what I'm talking about. So, let me put this talk. Sometimes it leaks all that juice, and that's extra cleaning. So, I'll get rid of that. This bacon, by the way, is so freaking good, and we get it. It's a little more pricier than other bacon, but it's because this one is like keto friendly, I think, for Bob, which is good for all of us actually. All right, so here's the trick. Remember, see the shape, the size of the biscuit? It's gonna bake that way. It's gonna grow, thick high, but it'll stay the same round. So you see like the length of that, 2 and then 3. So let me show you again. See like the length of that. Remember, this shrinks. Bacon shrinks. It gets small. So, 3 cuts. So I'm just going to measure. There's no perfect measurement. I'm going to measure it right there. How about that? And then I'm just going to start cutting right there. If you don't want to cut it, put a knife to it. Boom. Done. Took the same time as cutting. So now, what I do is I'm going to put it to fry. I should have had the pan on and it's not hot yet. But I'm going to put it to fry. You can literally pick it up as is, just like this, and put it in there to fry. Or if you want to be picky, you can separate it. But if it's not defrosted enough, see? And then you could just lay them all in there. If it's not defrosted enough and it's still a little icy, then just put the whole thing in there, and as it starts to fry, then you go separating. Got it? All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and separate it because it looks like it's defrosted enough that I can. So then I start laying them in there. Sometimes the outer layers are more defrosted than the middle, and when you get to the middle, that's where it's kind of like chunky and icy, which is annoying. But here's the biggest tip: do not let it get room temperature. This is pork. You don't want pork to get room temperature, especially the fact that me and Bob had this in the freezer for quite some time. I don't even know. I didn't even check the date on the package. So it could be a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. The last thing you want to do is take 3-month-old meat and defrost it and let it get room temperature. Talk about unhealthy. So don't do it. If you want to know why, you Google that stuff, because I am not going to get into this video explaining the nastiness of all of that. Alright, so now I filled up my pan. If I would have just put the big chunks like this, I would have had more space. But you know me, I'm picky, so I wanted to separate them. Separating them just helps them fry a little bit faster. I'm just making a little bit more room and putting them around the edges. I ain't going. I'm trying to get these suckers in here. Around the edge. Around the edge, because the edge of the pot gets hot too. But like I said, they start to shrink. So now, obviously, this is not frying because I didn't let it reheat first. So it's kind of not completely hot. How about them apples? All right, so I'm gonna let that fry 16 to 19 minutes. I like them crunchy, so I'm gonna go with 19 minutes. Remember what I've always taught you, read the instructions. Ma, how do I do that? Read the instructions, they're right there, because that's the way, just read the instructions. All right. All right, so I'm gonna go by open with 3 easy steps. Peel the label, peel the white label inside, and then use a spoon. And okay, Mom's gonna show you how to do this. All right, I'm gonna show you how I do this. Okay, white label, I mean the outer label doesn't want to come out, but no coupons. Oh, and by the way, if you can get it with that, you make your mama proud. If you get it with that, mama's super ecstatic. Because now you know you're eating actual food. Okay, so then it says to peel off the white part. Starts right here. See, it's got that little edgy. I guess no more peeling. Oh, not a little piece. Any more? No. So you know what I'm gonna do? I just whacked it on the edge of the counter. That's it. See that? Oh. All right. I'm a lazy butt, so I don't want to wash one of the pans. So I just took a piece of aluminum foil and put it in here, since I like to be lazy, and since you are your mother's son, you're gonna do the same. So just piece of aluminum foil. This helps it to, because I've done it without aluminum foil, and then it starts to, like, you have the bars, and then underneath, it starts to, like, it starts to hang low like that. Okay, so if you want it to be nice and flat, that's you put the aluminum foil so it doesn't go through the cracks, I guess, of the bars. And be very careful with this thing because it could slice you. So try not to be too fast or macho man, because it will cut you. See, I'm just, and I try to be careful right here and all that. It's almost like a paper cut, but a little bit deeper if you get cut with that. Sucks. So be very careful. Okay, and then, oh snap, where's the instructions? Oh snap, oh, don't panic. You just gotta go back to the ripped paper right there. See, why, look at here, it says 350. My toaster oven already kind of is like preset, but you know, yours, you just gotta set the whatchamacallit. So you're gonna go to, see, mine is set already to 350, so just put 350 on yours and start, or on, or whatever the case may be. All right, back to the bacon. There's the bacon frying. Now I have my lid here. I could use that. It just helps it cook a little bit faster, right? And then I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. Not this yet. This is cheese. I only have 3 eggs left. Perfectly fine. It's okay. And this is for me and Pa and for 8 biscuits. And I only got 3. And I only got 3 eggs. Oh my gosh. How could I? However, move that over. Here's a trick. When it comes to those biscuits, you can boil the egg, right? And I would maybe put 1 egg on 2, because if you slice the egg up in like 4 slices, you can put 2 slices on each biscuit, and then everything else you want, bacon or whatever. There's 8 biscuits, so how many eggs? That's 4 eggs that you would need. I only have 3 eggs. So when in doubt, figure it out. So what I could do, because I don't want to do boiled eggs anyway, because I had boiled eggs yesterday, the day before, I don't know, whatever. So I want to do an omelet. Why? Think for a moment why an omelet is a little bit better. Because it spreads, baby, because it spreads. So I'm going to crack these 3 and I'm going to make an omelet. Now, I hope I taught you. If I didn't, let me remind you. If a piece of shell falls into your egg, use the shell to lift up the egg. It kind of like sticks to it. So use the big shell to pick up the little shell, any little shells that get stuck in there. If my last egg happens to crack that way, I'll be able to show you exactly how that's done. And I'm just a pro like that, bro. So it didn't happen. Anyway, all right. Here's the best time to go ahead and add some salt and pepper. However, I do not. Why do you think? Because this omelet is going to be cooked in bacon grease. In the grease from the bacon, which has plenty of salt. So I won't add any salt to this. Oh, and by the way, the same bacon oil, you can fry an egg in there. That oil, be careful, it pops like a mother. So just make sure you got a nice long spatula and you try to keep your distance. And then you can fry your egg and flip your egg, and it'll have all that bacon fat flavor to it. So, and you put that on top. No soft yolk. I know that you like soft yolk, but if you're gonna prep a sandwich to take to work, you don't want soft yolk, because then you go and you bite it and it squishes all over your work shirt and you're not at home to change and you gotta walk around all day with egg yolk on you. That's gonna be ready and good to go. What am I putting on the bread? You could put butter, or you could take it up a notch and put some cream cheese, baby. So I like to put cream cheese. I'm gonna show you how that's done. I love this one. There's a reason why I love this one, besides the fact of these 2 very important things. The other reason why I like it is because it's actually creamy. You don't gotta wait to take it out the fridge and then let it defrost so that you can spread it. It's like already all spreadable, so I love it. And then I got some shredded cheese left. Not much, but hey, whatever works. So while I do the egg in there, I'll just take the rest of this shredded cheese, put it on top. Good to go. So once we get to that point, I'll show you how all of that is gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna try to move quick here. The bacon is already fried. And just an FYI, my great idea of putting it all on top of each other didn't work out too well, because look, it got stuck. So if it happens to you, don't freak out. It's A-okay. Get it as much as that oil you got off, because it's gonna be on the eggs anyway. All right, so there goes the bacon. This is hot, so let me move fast. And now take my egg, I'll pour it in there. Looks like soup, because that is a lot of oil. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, so we're just gonna let that cook up. And here's a tip: if you put the top on it, it cooks up a lot faster. Alright, let's check on huepa. Okay, that looks good. Alright, let me try to flip it. If I can't flip the whole thing, if you can't flip the whole thing, no problema. We're gonna break it up anyway. So don't worry about it if it breaks. If you need to cut it in half to flip it, cut it in half. Um, and you'll see in a little bit why. But it's getting super fluffy. I'm not going to put the top back on it because, you know, the side's already cooked and it's pretty much already cooked. But I am going to turn it off because it's already cooked. So now it's just cooking on the other side. And we'll leave it as is right now. Alright, so now that this is cooled off somewhat, it's still kind of frying, I'm going to start, like cutting it with the spatula. I want to get, it'd be nice to get 8 little squares, but I don't think with the round I'm going to get any squares. So I'm going to start with half. Let's go pizza style, right? Then I'm going to go half again. Check your spatula, make sure it's not melting or anything. The last thing you want to eat is melted, you know. Okay. We're going half there. Alright, so now we got 4 nice. Now we're going to go another little pizza triangle right here. If you want to use a knife, you can use a knife, but put this in a plate. Don't cut it in the pan because it will scratch your pan and you'll be eating scraped pieces of pan. Alright, almost done. Why 8 slices of egg pizza? Because we have 8 biscuits. So each biscuit is going to get a little piece of folded egg in it. Woo! See that? Oy. Okay. Now we're just waiting on the biscuits. They got a few more minutes and then we'll start putting all this stuff together. You're going to see your mom's power. Okay, sir, so the biscuits are done. This is how I personally like them. Nice and like brown everywhere. But, you know, if you want it a little bit longer or a little bit less, that's up to you. I like it nice and brown like this because then the middle is not so, you know, mushy. I'll show you. Okay, so now they're still hot. So if you want, you're at home, you're playing a video game, you could let them. You could take them out. I use tongs. You take them out, you put them to cool off and go. I'm not waiting that long. So I want to go ahead and get this done and over with. So I'm going to move on to the next step and I'm going to use the tongs to help me. So if you're in a rush too, you ain't got no time to wait, you know what to do. So the other thing is that since Spy's having his for work, this, I know you got this Tupperware at home. I got you this one. So, I believe I can squish 2 in here. Yeah, see? And then I could do all 4. So that's the plan. And then the other 4 are mine. And obviously, whatever you can't fit, if you eat 1 or 2 and you can't fit it, then just go ahead and, you know. I'm going to open all of them up for 2 reasons. Number 1, I want to go ahead and spread out the bacon evenly. And in order to do that, I need to have them open. So that way I don't leave any one of them without bacon. Feliz a los 4. Now, I'm going to go in with some cream of cheese. Just because. You can put on one side, you can put on both. I'm just going to glop it all on one. See, because I put like a big glop. So. Alright, so you see I got, these are mine. I got all my cream cheese on mine, so now I'm going to put cream cheese on Paz. Alrighty, now Paz all have cream cheese, so now I'm going to go with the bacon. And what I'm going to do is, I'll start with just 2 slices per piece. Let me go with mine on this side, just to see it a little bit better. So this is like stuck together. That's definitely 2 pieces there. Leave a piece de resistance. I'm going to put the egg. One little egg pizza slice there. Oh my gosh, Derek, look at it. Look like literally like pizza. Now that's hilarious, but hey. Yeah, you can fold it, overlap it, whatever the case may be. And lunch is done. Now remember, like I told you before, always put a paper towel on top so that when you do reheat it, it doesn't get all that wet stuff up there. But I'm gonna let this cool out first because I don't want to cover it because the heat is gonna condense and it's gonna put that water, like you say, the water you hate on the top. That's condensation, son. So for that to not happen, I'll go ahead and wait for it to kind of get room temperature-ish. Yes, I know I said don't let pork get room temperature-ish. We're talking raw. This is not raw. It's already cooked, and it's only room temperature-ish quickly. All right, there you go. Jumbo-sized breakfast for your mama. You eat your breakfast, and then you take your lunch with you to work. One and done. And it doesn't have to be the same old rice and all that stuff like that, like you said. Love you, baby. Have a great day.